Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another edition of Daddy My Daddy. How are you guys? I'm your host, LJ Young. Welcome. Put this mic up a little closer to get some better audio. You guys come on. Let me know if I'm okay. Let me know if I'm sounding okay. Welcome. Let me bring my notes up here. I'm on at a different time today. Just kind of check out the different response times for coming on at different times. All right. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. The debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt and financing everything under the sun that depreciates in value. That's where everybody lives. 85% of the United States live in there. Trust me. All right. Before I begin, I'd like to thank everybody for subscribing and liking all my videos, donations, emails, even asking quick questions, because I don't mind that either. Quick question, you want a quick answer to, I don't mind responding, as long as it's not into detail. But thank you. Thank you. That means you trust me. Thanks for the people that when you donate, you leave notes saying what I did for you. It could be the smallest thing. That's wonderful. Much appreciated. All right. For a free 30-minute consultation, schedule that at DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Leave the time, date, and your phone number and a brief overview of your financial situation. So when we get on that consultation, we can get straight to it. You know, I don't really have to ask you ask you too many questions, because we already know what we're going to talk about. Okay. So you don't have to repeat yourself. All right. And I got something special at the end of this particular video. I have something special for the people that speak debt free. All right. This one's for you. So I want you to stay tuned, and it's only for the people that speak debt free. Now, mind you, if you're not debt free, you can still listen. I say this specifically because you might not understand what I'm talking about. Money is spoken in different languages, debt and debt free. If you've been in debt all your life, I promise you, you only speak debt. So you're probably not going to understand what I'm saying when I say what I'm going to say at the end of this particular video. All right. All right. So Parent Plus loans, that's the title of this video. For those of you that thinking about getting them or might already have them, this is for you. All right. Now, remember this, okay? Math and money are one, okay? They're like this. Math and money are one. The only thing that can separate math and money are feelings. Feelings will mess up your money. This is what it sounds like when you interject your feelings when it comes to money. How do you feel about 1 + 1 = 2? What about 2 + 2 = 4? How do you feel about it? It doesn't make a difference. It is what it is. It's 2, it's 4. All right. Do not mix your feelings with your money. All right. This is the reason why I say that, because many parents, they feel guilty about not saving up money for their kid to go to college, right? I'm looking at my notes as I'm telling you guys this. So they decide to go ahead and sign up for a Parent Plus loan. Now we're going to go over the things that why you shouldn't do that ever. Don't ever do that. They feel guilty. There goes those feelings. Oh, I feel so bad. I should have saved up for it. Oh, okay, let me go ahead and get this Parent Plus loan, which it's no different than a regular student loan. Getting a regular student loan yourself, you're still going to owe the money. You are not your child. You are. Okay. The loan is made to the parent or legal guardian. Okay, not the child. The borrower, which is you, if you get a Parent Plus loan, is going to be responsible for all fees and interest. You are. Okay. Now, some of these fees are taken out right from the beginning. As soon as you sign up for the loan, before they give you the money, they pull all the fees. They usually wrap it up in the loan, and then they pull the fees out of the loan before you get your disbursement of money for your child's education. Okay. Unlike regular student loans, Interest accrues right away. As soon as the money is given to you, is given for the student, is given for the college, right? Interest accrues right away, and payments are due right away. There is no 6 months, you know, 6 months, giveaway, layaway. Now, what the word am I saying? The 6 months of room before you can start paying the payments. This happens right away when you have a Parent Plus loan. Okay. Now, also with a Parent Plus loan, if you don't pay, you can't bankrupt those student loans. You can't bankrupt that Parent Plus loan. They can garnish your wages, and they can take up to 50% of your Social Security. 50% of your Social Security, and they could take your tax refund if you don't pay it. Ain't that crazy? They let you borrow with no limit. No limit. You can keep borrowing as much money as you want for your kids' education. It's totally up to you. You can borrow as much as you want. They don't care because they will own you. Now, check it out. If you are a parent and you still have your student loans, and you have student loans that are older than your children, older than the child that you're trying to send to school, the government knows. They know you're not gonna, if you haven't paid back that student loan, you're definitely not going to pay back the Parent Plus loan that you're getting for your child. They will own you until you are dead. You haven't paid your student loans in 20 years. You think you're going to pay off the student loan that you're getting for your child right there? You're not. You're not. And check it out, the only way a Parent Plus loan is forgiven if one of you dies. That's how serious it is. Really something to think about, people. Don't interject your feelings. I know it feels bad. That's your child and you should have saved for college. You just got to accept that you did not. And that is that. Period. Okay. Now, I'm not just going to leave you guys with this, but I'm going to give you a little bit of information just in case if you still feel like you should do that. Okay. I'm going to give you a suggestion. This is how you should do it. All right. Have your child take out a student loan in their own name, but tell them that you're going to make the payments. Okay. You'll make the payments for them. Like as soon as you go to college, do your thing. And then once the loans are due, I'll make the payments for you just in case. Like, for example, just in case if you got a Parent Plus loan and they went to college and in the middle of say like they're 2 years in and they just decide they don't want to go, guess what? You're on the hook for amount of money that they didn't even complete their college education for. They didn't even complete, but you still owe that money. And that relationship is going to be rocky, especially if they don't pay. So have them take out loans in their own name. Tell them you'll make the payment. So just in case they stop going to school, get bad grades, or hell, even simply start disrespecting you, you can say, okay, then I'm not going to pay. All right. You're not going to pay for something. They stop. You promise to pay their school loans. But if they stop and don't finish, you're not going to pay for that. Why would anybody let them pay for it? Hey, that's just my piece of information. Okay. I'm just leave that out there. All right. Now, I'm going to share a personal story with you. That something what happened to me personally with when I kept my student loans for like 10 years. I kept my student loans for 10 whole years before I woke up and paid them off. But this is the important part I want to share with you guys, so you'll know if you're in this predicament, in this situation. And the majority of people are in this situation because there's like $1.6 trillion in student loan debt. That's like 45 million people. So 9 times out of 10, this is going to be your situation too. Okay. Now, if you're paying on, like, say like your student loan was like $300 a month, right? And so you want to pay it down faster. So you naturally started adding an extra $100. So say like you're now paying $400 a month towards your student loan debt, naturally believing that, hey, if I pay more, if I give more, that means the loan, the balance will come down faster. Well, I did that for like a year and a half. Okay. I remember doing that exact same thing for a year and a half. I was just like everybody else, not really paying attention to the amount. I was too scared to call. I didn't want to know. Let me just put extra and it's going to come down. But this is the key thing I want you guys to understand. I remember when I was doing that, my due date kept getting pushed further and further out, right? So say like my next student loan payment was going to be due in November, but if I paid $400 on that next one, the next payment wouldn't be due in December. The next one would probably be due in January, or partial payment or whatever, right? It wasn't the full payment. And so I said, oh, okay, whatever. That must be part of their process of what they're doing, right? I'm like, cool. But that was a sign, right? So I finally, about a year and a half, I finally cracked open one of the paperworks of my student loan paperwork, and I noticed the balance wasn't even moved. I was like, what is going on here? I looked at the balance. I was like, it looks like I haven't been paying anything, right? So I finally called them up and asked them. I was like, hey, well, sorry, you guys, just a second. Later.
Hi, I'm Betsy.
Sorry. And so I call them up and say, hey, I've been paying on the student loan for about a year and a half. How come this balance is not going down? You know what she told me? She said, we've been applying your extra money to interest. I was like, what? She said, yeah, you got to call us and tell us that when you make extra payments, you got to call us and tell us that you want the extra money to be applied to the principal balance and not interest. I was so mad. I was like, that doesn't even make any sense. Who in their right mind pays extra for the extra money to go to the interest of the loan? That didn't even make any sense. So I asked the lady on the phone. I knew she wasn't going to really give me an answer, but she said, sorry, sir, that's our policy. It just didn't make any sense to me, right? And even though after I made the call, she was like, well, now you told us, now we're going to apply it to the principal. Cool. But it still didn't make sense to me. I was like, who in the world would pay extra on their student loans so it'd be applied to interest? That didn't make any sense. And I didn't have the answer. Okay, she switched it. All right, cool. Now all my extras going to principal. And then I just went on, but it was still in my mind. Today, I know the answer. Today, I know the answer. And I've been paid off my student loans for years. But today, the answer finally came to me. All right. Now, unfortunately, this part, I'm going to speak debt free. Okay. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, please wait to the end of what I'm saying, and then I'll answer any questions. But right now, at this particular moment, I'm going to speak to those only that speak debt free, people that have sacrificed, done what it takes to get their balance from the negative to the positive. Now they're in the black. All right. So this is how I'm going to speak. So just bear with me if you don't understand. All right. I think what Sally made, the student loan, the government, I think is brilliant, because I just figured out what they did to me. I figured it out. Okay. There is no way I would have ever seen what I'm about to tell you had I not become debt free. I would have never seen it. All right. Now, this is my opinion, and it's only my opinion. It's only my opinion, and what I'm about to tell you, I can't prove any of it to be fact. Okay, it just makes mathematical sense to me. All right. Now, when something doesn't make sense, when something doesn't make financial sense, it's usually done on purpose, and it's usually for profit. Now, the majority of people who get student loans are in debt. That's why they need student loans, because they don't have the money. I'm only talking to people that are debt free. Doesn't that make sense? The reason why they need the student loans, because they don't have the money themselves. That's why they need the loans. Okay. The very reason why they need the loan in the first place. The majority pay extra. Now, the majority of people that did what I did, that are paying extra on their student loan and seeing that due date keep getting pushed further and further back, they look at it differently. God, how can I say this? I want to make sure I'm saying this to you guys right, because I wrote this down. Let me see. I remember, okay, let's put it this way. I remember seeing, paying extra, seeing that date keep getting pushed further and further back. And the only thing I thought in my mind is that, okay, that's cool. I'm not going to change that because just in case if something happens to me, I lose my job or I get into some financial hardship, I won't have to worry about that making that student loan payment because I'm so far ahead. Okay. I remember doing that and thinking like that is exactly the way they wanted me to think. Did you hear what I said? Seeing that date get pushed further and further back, making the extra payments, I was cool with that because so just in case I got in financial trouble, I wouldn't have to worry about making that monthly payment. That's exactly how they wanted me to think. Now, when I asked that lady who would make extra payments to go towards interest, why it didn't make sense to me then, but now it makes total sense to me now. See what I'm saying? Because they know the majority of people are going to look at it like that. Can you imagine how many millions of people was thinking the exact same thing I was thinking? That's money. And then after a while, check it out. After a while, say like I did lose my job. Okay, let's just put that scenario. Say like I did lose my job. Naturally, I'm gonna start getting comfortable. I'm cool, I'm comfortable now because I don't have to make the payments while I'm looking for a job. But over those a month or two that I'm looking for a job, now I'm comfortable not making that student loan payment. So next thing you know, now I'm gonna naturally, this is what people in debt do. Okay, I'm gonna just take myself out of it. This is what people in debt do. They will get comfortable not making that student loan payment, right? And then I'll start to believe that they have extra money and then go finance something else. That's more money on top of more money on top of more money, not realizing that all those months they're not paying, that's 100% profit for Sally Mae. All that money is going to their profit margin, all of it. Ain't that crazy? Millions are doing that. Millions of people are looking at that pushback date, looking at it as just in case insurance, just in case if I lose my job, just in case if I get into some financial hardship, just in case if I can't make I need extra money to make my car payment. Ain't that crazy? That's why they make you call in. Let me tell you something. That's why they make people don't even know to call in to say that. Nobody's gonna check it out. Nobody's gonna naturally call in and say, "Hey, when I make these extra payments to my student loan debt, make sure you apply it towards the principal and not the interest." Nobody's gonna think of that. That is brilliant. Because when I was talking to the lady on the phone, I was like, "That doesn't make sense to me." Explain. I wanted her to explain it so bad, but she couldn't. She probably didn't even know she was following the script. But do you see how Sally Mae is doing it? If something doesn't make financial sense, it usually means it's done on purpose. Because financing, money is math. Math makes sense, period. Math and money are one. Math and money are one. They make sense. Either it makes sense or it doesn't. See what I'm saying? But for some reason, the disconnect is made by the people who created this type of system. Do you understand? I hope the people that are debt free, you understand. You copy the model, what they're doing. If you want to be rich, because none of this is personal. When something doesn't make sense financially, it's usually done on purpose. Think about what they did. You got to call in and say, don't apply extra money towards principal. Yet, in everything in business, when you do that, normally you pay extra money on a loan. It naturally goes to the principal, right? In the regular business world, but it doesn't work that way with student loans. That doesn't make any sense. I know it makes sense now because it doesn't make sense. That's on purpose because it's for profit. Now think about the millions upon millions upon millions of dollars made from people that don't know this simple thing. This simple thing, like people, that are saying, you know what, I'm going to start to pay off my student loans right now, and they're just paying extra on it right now, not even realizing why it's not going down so fast. They don't even understand. Be like, man, I've been paying on this student loan for years. It doesn't seem like it's moving. They don't even know. And then when they finally do, maybe they're. It took me about a year and a half. I was too afraid to even look at the amount of money that I threw away, because it's not like it wasn't like I could call up and I caught it and I said, hey, yeah, by the way, what about all the extra money I gave to you that was meant to go to principal? Sorry. That's what they said to me. Sorry, but now that you've told us, we'll apply the money's going on from here on to principal. I wanted to cry. Today I'm not. I get it. I understand now. It's money. Now that you're financially free, you do the same things that these guys are doing. Now that you're out of the debt matrix and everything, don't be part of the don't you're no longer part of the people, part of the collective inside of the debt matrix, always constantly complaining about student loans are the devil and this and that. They're the ones keeping us down. They need to do some reform. Let me tell you something. Debt-free people, they're never going to release that many of their slaves. They're never going to do it. And student loans are is like volunteering to be a slave. They don't know that. Why do you think like politicians are jumping all over that saying, hey, we're going to do something about the student loan debt problem? No, they're not. They're not, I promise you. A parent that has been having student loans for 20 years and then they feel bad and go out and get a Parent Plus loan, oh, they're a slave for life. Believe that. And then if their kid graduates and don't pay them back, pay their parents back, oh, the cycle just continues. But now that you're out of it, hello, HM, hello, welcome. I'm on at a different time, very odd time. I just testing this time slot out. Think about it. They're never, ever going to release that many of their slaves, ever. It's never going to happen. If you look at student loans, it's very systematic process. That never tries to hey, I want to give you, hoping to give you $1,000 a month. It's you know what, once you're out of the student loan debt crisis and you can see the way, I'm telling you guys like this, what I can see, it's clearly, it's it's not even the devil. See, that's a feeling. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with that. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just math. It's just math. That's just like saying, man, I feel bad about 5 + 5 = 10. That really destroys my heart. I can't think, I can't sleep, I can't eat because 5 + 5 = 10. That's it. It's nothing personal. You get outside of the debt matrix, you get outside of being part of the collective, they're never, ever going to release that many of their slaves. Nobody's going to wipe away student loan debt. That's not going to happen. And people are volunteering to sign up daily. Why do you think they give it out so young? These kids think that's free money. And they're creating their slaves early. And then when they get them so deep, check it out. When they get people so deep in debt with student loan debt, they get to a point to where they believe they'll never be able to pay them off. And then guess what? They sign them up for the student loan slave camps. What are those? You're asking? You're like, what's a student loan slave camp? Student loan forgiveness programs. Those are slave camps. Those places, they tell you where you can work, how much you're going to be making, and how long you're going to be doing it. That's a slave. At its finest, 2 jobs. Believe that. But when you're on this side of it, oh man, you better learn from the best. I learned from the best. I learned from the banks, the government, student loans, student Sally Mae, Navient that keeps track. Hey, I'm taking notes. It's not even hard. They just get people so deep. They get people to believe that the money's free. Like I remember, and I'm not talking about anybody. I'm just outside the debt matrix. Okay. I remember getting student loans, and then they would send you an extra check saying, "Hey, this is extra money for something." I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They would, right? I know now they were just rounding the books up. That's all they're doing, and say, "Hey, here's extra money." I was the idiot to think it was extra money instead of stopping and thinking, "Wait a minute, extra from what?" No, I was just taking that money, and I mean, I spent it on school, but had I known, I would have took less and worked harder. That's it. This somebody, let me tell you guys something, okay? I'm not saying I'm some big financial guru, but I can see things that many cannot see. Okay. Everything I'm saying is justified to be true with 100% math, justified to be true. I'm not even joking about this. I could see many things that are just there that I couldn't see before. This is why I'm at this so hard. There's nothing like this freedom. Nothing. There's nothing like this freedom. And you get on this side, you will kill the finance game. Kill it. There's so many things people can't see. So many so many things people cannot see. Student loan debt is only second to IRS debt. That's the only people. Thank you, Demetrius. Much appreciated. I mean that, man. I really mean that. Thank you. Student loan debt is only second to IRS debt. Like if this is you, I'm gonna say something to you guys so you can understand the seriousness of it. And then I want you to understand, I want you to feel what I'm about to tell you. And then if it really doesn't bother you, I want you to ask yourself, how come it doesn't bother me? Okay, you ready? Here we go. You're trying to get that on you. Text. Check it out. Check it out. If you don't pay off your student loan debt, you will die with it. Does that scare you or not? If that doesn't make you nervous, I want you to ask yourself, how come that doesn't scare me? Because I'm saying it because if somebody would told me that back in the day when I owned my student loan debt, and it would have made me nervous, I'd have been like, whatever. If your student loan debt's going, or if you put them in forbearance or whatever, you know, where you can let them hold off, the interest still accrues. You're not paying, but it's still stacking. You will die with that debt if you don't pay it off. But yet people still go and finance cars, clothes, vacations. Facebook will fool you guys. I'm telling you guys. Facebook will fool you. There's trillions of dollars in student loan debt, but if you go on Facebook and Instagram, it will look like nobody owes anything in student loan debt. Doesn't it seem like that? That's not true. Those are slaves on vacation. Those are slaves in Hawaii. Those are slaves in the Cadillac Escalades that you're seeing on Instagram, and those are slaves. Is a slave if they don't know they're a slave? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Child support, yeah, oh yeah, all that. Child support's another one. Okay, that's another one. That ain't going nowhere either. That falls under is that no, that'd be under I don't know, that's pretty, I guess that'd be right under student loan debt. Child support ain't no joke. 2,800 for 20,000. I'd be finished. Man, HM ain't nothing. It ain't gonna be nothing like when you send off that last check. Ooh, man. That freedom is like those shackles just come off. And you will no longer be part of that $1.6 trillion worth of nonsense student loan mess. Now, when you're out of the student loan debt, I want you to pay attention to the commercials. I want you to pay attention to everything that pushes people to college. Like they give these young kids the insinuation that if they don't go to college, they won't be nothing. And the only way you're going to do it, especially if you don't have any money, is student loan debt. Now, I'm not against getting student loan debt, but this is what I suggest to the youngsters. When you go get the student loan debt, you get what you need. Nothing extra to buy tires and rims and all this other stuff. You get what you need. And then when you graduate to get that degree, you continue to live like a college student until every penny of that debt is paid off. If you do that move alone, that will immediately push you financially ahead of the 45 million people that don't know this instantly, just like that. I'm about to make the final monthly payment to VA. It's going to feel amazing to roll on that motorcycle, then roll onto that motorcycle, and the exact 32 months countdown. 32 months countdown. You might, hey man, you might start to feel it and end up selling that motorcycle because you want to get out of it faster. Because check it out, SR. Check it out. If you did this, a motorcycle is just a thing, okay? Now check it out. It's not a toy. Oh, the motorcycle is not a toy. It's a classic or something or what? Oh, okay. Gotcha. It's my computer vehicle and car. Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay, that is a big difference. You're right. That makes a total. Thank you for clarifying that. That makes a total difference. Gotcha. I'm right there with you. Okay, gotcha. Makes total sense. I thought it was a toy because I got a couple cousins that finance some brand new Harleys. I can't say nothing if I want my cousins to continue to like me. I can't say a word of what they've done. You thought a car goes down in value? Can you imagine a motorcycle? Oh my God! But back to the student loan. Oh, excuse me. Back to the student loan debt. The reason why I even brought up this Parent Plus loan thing, because I had someone call me and speak to me about it, right? And he's kind of telling me how he got a Parent Plus loan for his child, and the child, and of course, when the parent's saying, "Hey, if I get this for you," the natural response is that you're gonna pay me back, right? Yeah, well, yeah, Dad, I'm gonna pay you back, and then they don't. Now you're stuck with that Parent Plus loan. Stuck. You ain't got no choice. Can you imagine how rocky it's going to make that relationship? It's going to make it very rocky, especially if your kid graduates, get an awesome job, starts making money, and don't pay the parent back that got that Parent Plus loan. Ooh, that's going to be very uncomfortable at Thanksgiving dinner. Very uncomfortable. Don't even put yourself in that situation. If you're a parent right now, let me tell you something. If you're a parent and you feel bad about not getting student loan, having college money for them, just feel bad about it and accept that you didn't have the money and you don't have the money. That's it. They'll figure it out. Let them figure it out. Don't go into debt over it. You're going to make yourself miserable, because you got to remember, they got more time than you to pay off their debts. You're towards the end of life. I mean, not the end of life, but you're further along in life, right? You don't want to live the rest of your life paying on student loans. Man, they will take your tax checks. They will take your Social Security checks. They have all the only ones that have more power than them is the IRS. They can put you in prison. But student loans, they will own you. Don't think anybody's going to save you. It's not going to happen. Release yourself. Yes, you can pay your student loans off. You just got to make up in your mind and understand that if you don't, they will own the time in your life. Nothing's more valuable than the time in your life. Nothing is. And if you don't pay it off, I feel sorry for people that when I'm online, y'all hear them, forever students. Oh, I'm going to keep going to school so I don't have to make payments. How long are you going to do that? You can't go to school forever. One day you're going to have to stop. And when you do, guess what? They already own you now. You just don't know it. But once you stop, the experience, if this is you, let me tell you something, okay? I'm going to just be real with you. The financial freedom that I'm trying to share with you today, that I'm trying to relay the experience of how it feels. You will never feel it as long as you have student loan debt. It will be mathematically impossible for you to ever feel financial freedom because that's impossible. You'll owe student loan debt. So in turn, you can never be financially free. Do you see how that works? I speak a whole new language. I can switch it on, switch it off. Nick Taylor, hello. I presume, yes? You presume right, Nick. You presume right. It is Mr. Young. Did you hear what I said? You will never feel this freedom. Look how many videos I've made on this subject. They almost sound repetitive. You know why it sounds repetitive? Because the only thing I'm using is math. I can't really go too much outside of math. Everything I'm saying. That's why they make, have you noticed they make student loan debt seem like it's so even though it's one of the worst debts to have, they make it seem like it's the majority of the the majority of the population make it seem like it's okay to carry them. They make it normal, like you can carry them for 20 years like it's normal. Have you noticed that? You can put them in forbearance. You can make smaller payments. Hey, if you're having hardship, you can stop the payment. They make it seem like it's just nothing. They're doing that on purpose. You know why? Because they don't want you to pay them off. They want you to stack them so fast and high that when you look at that that mountain of student loan debt, they will have convinced you in your brain that you will never pay it off. So why don't you just accept that? And once you do, they own you. You will always be part of that. The collective, I call the people in the debt matrix, 85% of the Americans are in debt, part of the collective complaining about the student loan debt problem. Just, oh my God, they're evil, they're the devil, they're just so angry and mean and blah blah. That's only people that are in mounds of student loan debt complain about it. Once you're out of it, you're like, huh, I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. In 3 years, wow, that's pretty impressive. Repetition is the mother of skill. Exactly. You guys, I do these videos because I'm perfecting my craft. Don't get me wrong, Nick. I'm doing that. And each day I wake up and I learn something new. Just like in this video, I didn't realize till I came up with this Parent Plus loan thing that it finally clicked to understanding why you had to call the student loan place to tell them if you pay extra to apply it to the principal. Because they knew people in debt will see that date get pushed further and further back and use it as some kind of just in case and cushion, just in case insurance, and then use it up and say, okay, cool, I don't have to pay my student loan debt for a few months because I've paid ahead. All that money that they gave extra instantly turns into profit for the government, for Sally Mae, or whoever that money really goes to. Whoever designed this system. Let me tell you guys something. I swear to God, okay? When you're out of the system, when you're out of the debt matrix, somebody designed this system. A family, a person. What I'm telling you right now is not in books. It's not, it's plain as day. It's simple. It's simple. They knew I would think exactly the way I was going to think. Not worry about, not think it's weird that date was getting pushed out, but think exactly like that. Oh, I can stop paying my student loan payment for a few months. That'll save me some money. That's exactly what I was thinking. They already knew that. That's why they did it. That's why it didn't make any sense when I said, Who would pay extra money to go towards interest? That doesn't make any sense. Now it makes sense. I hope you guys are hearing me. If this is you, I hope you're hearing me. You being scared of the total amount, you being scared to talk to them on the phone, you're exactly where they want you to be. Exactly. Scared to pay that debt off. Scared. Woo. They had me, y'all. I don't even want to add up the amount of money I really paid for my education. I don't even want to know. Don't even want to know. I refuse to. Interest combined with the payments that were going for a year and a half before I actually inquired about why the date kept getting pushed further and further out. Oh man, I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry. Thank you for coming to my channel. I appreciate it, man. I want to stop this. If this is you, I want to stop this from happening to you. I want to read people paying off their student loan debt, got a few more months, got 32 months, whatever. I know, I want to tell you guys, I know what that means when you guys say that, because this is the funny part. Hey, for you guys paying off your student loan debt and you got the months down, check it out. I'm probably the only person you can tell that to that's going to be happy for you. Because if you go and tell somebody else that's in student loan debt and they're not even close to paying off their debt, they're not even going to be happy for you. You tell them, hey, man, yeah, I'm about to, like SR, at 32 months, I'm going to be free. You just say that to somebody that has no clue about ever paying off their student loan debt, they're going to be like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be happy for you. This is the only place you can come. Oh, damn, you paid $15K up front, Nick? Wow. Hey, that daughter loves her daddy. Tell you that. I hope she appreciates that. She doesn't know what that means. I hope she knows what that means. Man, look on their faces when I brought them checks in chunks. That's your baby. Hey, Nick, it's obvious that she's your baby. Obvious. Hopefully, I hope she appreciates that. That's the only thing I say. I hope she appreciates it. You know what I'm saying? Usually parents don't normally do that. If the kid didn't appreciate it, he probably wouldn't do it in the first place. So I'm assuming that she does. But you know what's so funny? This is what else is funny that you can't see, right? The student loan debt. They can make student loan debt, like put it on a card, like a HSA card, health savings account, right? They can put student loan funds on a card and say, hey, you can't use this. You can only use this card for college related expenses. They can do that so easy. You can't explain the feeling, Tony. Thank you. And I'm probably one of the only people that you can tell it to, Tony. You can't say that to a person that's in hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loan debt. How good it feels, how good you feel, Tony, that you paid yours off. They would think you're an a-hole, or you must have had a rich daddy, or it couldn't be that you just decided that you got tired of it and paid it off. It couldn't be that. You know what I'm saying? It couldn't be that. Very small. So I want to welcome you to the minority. The minority of us that are not part of that $1.6 trillion student loan mess. That has nothing to do with that, nothing to do with us anymore. But anyway, what I was saying is that they could put student loan funds on a credit card type of thing and say you can only use it on college related expenses. They could do that. No different than HSA cards, but they choosing not to. That's on purpose. That's why they just give these kids these checks and say, go ahead, have fun. We own you, though. That's probably the best way to issue student. Hey, yeah, but that wouldn't make any money, SR. That wouldn't make any money. So that's never going to happen. People think slavery is dead. It's not dead. It has nothing to do with color. Once you get out of that mess, guess what? It has nothing to do with color. Nothing. When I say slave, I don't immediately think, oh, yeah, I'm only saying that because I'm black. No, I'm not even. This kind of slavery, all it sees is green, baby. Green. Green. contribute to something like that with a minimum wage. That doesn't even make any sense. That shouldn't even be legal, but they do. Because it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. I'm sure they're looking at it like, hey, 19-year-old, 18-year-old, didn't we teach you math in the 5th grade? Yeah, then you should know this. That's your problem if you don't. It sounds harsh, but it's true. It's true. These gimmicks right now, this student loan, car loan debt, finance and cell phones, nothing's hidden. I logically understand that if I keep financing things that go down in value and they're not worth the price that I'm actually financing it for, I will never get financially ahead because that doesn't make financial sense. Check it out. When you finance something, you're financing something that's going down in value and up in value for the bank at the exact same time. You'll never get financially ahead, ever. But at least with that kind of debt, you can file bankruptcy and be gone with it, right? And be done with it. Not student loan debt. That's why they give it away so freely. And people get in such deep debt, they're happy to write off the interest of their student loan on their taxes. They're just happy with it. And even with that, you got to be making under a certain amount to even get those piddly pennies for the write-offs on your student loan. You got to be damn near poverty level to get that write-off. If you make serious money, they're giving you no breaks. So imagine this. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys some tidbits on the outside of the debt matrix. Imagine this. You go to college to be a lawyer. You got mounds of student loan debt. You're making a ton of money. Say like you come out, you're an excellent lawyer. You're making $150,000, $200,000 a year now. You're just good. But you still got that $200,000 worth of $150,000, $200,000 worth of student loan debt. Now you make too much money to write off any of the interest on the student loan debt. You're deep in debt. You're high up in the tax bracket. So you're paying high in taxes. You can't even reduce your taxes because you got too much debt. So you can't take advantage of the tax savings or vehicles that the IRS provides because you can't afford to take advantage of it because you're in debt. They got you on lock. And those people don't even know it. They don't even know it. Doctors, lawyers, pharmacists, they don't even know it. If their parents got caught in the Fannie Mae, they should have told their kids. But Nick, if they're caught in it, that means they don't know. Right? Think about it. If they're in it, there's nothing to teach their children because they don't know anything else to teach their children. They don't know. They're in it. They're in a debt matrix. No different than the movie. It's no different than the movie in the Matrix. The people inside the Matrix didn't know they were in the Matrix. And I'll tell you guys this. I remember watching that movie and thinking, I wonder if that's real. But in your mind as a person, you think, oh, that's not real because of robots and this fantasy stuff. No, it's real. It's real. It's real. You don't understand the debt matrix until you wake up and start digging your way out. Exactly. Usually it's like one of the most, hey, Nick, somebody that woke up wrote that movie. That's clear. When I look at that movie today, somebody like me that woke up before me wrote that movie. Clear as day. Clear as day. You can try to explain all you want, but exactly. But you have to feel it. It's much deep. The theatrics that just touched the surface. That kind of like exactly when I watched that movie, I remember thinking to myself, it just triggered something, right? Now I didn't immediately think, oh man, that must be true. I just thought, what if that was true? But I didn't know how it could be true. You see what I'm saying? because I'm still confused with the movie theatrics and all this other stuff. They're getting on the phone booth and disappearing. I'm like, no. But you come outside the debt matrix of the money, it's clear. I didn't know I really thought when I went on a car lot and I saw the sale price and I financed it for 72 months, I really drove off the lot believing I got the car on sale. I believe that. I didn't realize that not only was I financing the car, I was financing the taxes on that car, something that I didn't even have to get. Like if I don't buy the car, I didn't really have to buy it. Now, let's say like this. Buying the car, of course, everybody pays taxes. If I went on the car lot, paid cash, I'd buy the car and pay the taxes on the price of the car that I bought, and it's done. But you walk on the lot and you finance it. So you finance the car and all the stuff they throw in there, and then they add up all the taxes, and then they put it in a bundle, and then they wrap it, and then you finance that whole amount, and then inside that amount is the taxes, and then on the outside of that amount is interest on top of all the stuff inside there. You think I saw that? I didn't see any of that. I was deep in the matrix. Oh, really? Oh, I got to look that up, HM. I did not know that. I got to see who it is. Because now I gotta go see if she's an awake person, an aware person. I'm more aware when it comes to the money game. I'm so aware now, I can't even help it. I got to turn it off. My girlfriend gets irritated with me. She gets straight up irritated with me because when I come across something out in the world where we go somewhere and I see somebody making money in a way that other people can't see, I'd be like, you can't see that? That's why they're doing that. TV commercials, I got to put them on mute. I can't stand them. They don't even make any sense. I learn from TV commercials now. I put each TV commercial on when I'm even watching regular TV. Okay, by the way, I barely watch regular TV, but I put it on mute and I see how they sell because they barely even talk about the product that they're selling. But the people in the debt matrix don't know that. It's crazy. I'm glad you guys follow me because I really want you guys to understand that this is not a game for me. I couldn't turn it off if I wanted to. I know I have a niche. I know I am unlike probably about 85 to 90% of the other people that talk about finances on YouTube. I know I am. And you know what my thing is? I make it simple. I make it very simple. I use basic math that everybody can understand. I'm not even doing anything fancy. I want you guys I want it just to click. Hey, what's up, BK from the Rockies? What's up? Just multiply the list price by the interest rate they offer and add one extra $1,500 for home paperwork. If you want to pay that to be burdened long term, go ahead and pay. Man, check it out. SR. You know what? I make it more simple than that. I just go buy my cars from people in credit trouble for half the price. I make it real simple. Real simple. I'll make I always tell people this. When you're outside the debt matrix, Blue Book value. Let me make sure because I had a couple people ask me about this. What is Blue Book value? Blue Book value means the market price of the value of a car, a current value of a car according to mileage and how it looks and stuff like that, right? Once you're financially free, Blue Book value of anything doesn't matter anymore because there's more people in debt that need money that will sell that item for half the price of Blue Book value. Blue Book value only matters when I sell, never when I buy. That goes for a house, car, cell phone, shoes, whatever. Well, no, not shoes because I buy my shoes brand new. So I do pay that, but I don't pay it I get them online or I still get a deal. I just don't go just buy at the price of they want it for what they want. So, but man, I thank you guys for following me, man. I hope I'm making some connections, some things you never heard before. And it just clicks. And just like you said, a place that you guys can come in when you pay off a bill, you pay off your student loans. I want you to be able to come to my channel and be like, hey, L, check it out. This is what I did. And other people in the room cheer you guys on to say, hey, congratulations. But because you can't celebrate these kind of accomplishments to people in the debt matrix. They don't understand, nor will they be happy for you. And if you do, this is the crazy part. Say like you took the years and sacrifice to pay off all your debt, and you tell somebody in the debt matrix, guess what they think? They immediately start to think, now that you have no bills, you can loan me money. That's how they think. They think now that you work so hard to get out of debt, now you have money to give to them. That's why you got to shut up. You can't even tell them that. That's crazy. You can't even tell them that because they take it all the way wrong. You want to turn to them. If somebody in a debt matrix said that to you, and you want to turn to them and say, are you insane? You think I worked all these years to become free just to give my money to you? Mm-mm. Now you're the a-hole because you have it and you won't give it to them, knowing how hard they're struggling. I can't make my Cadillac Escalade payment. I'm going to lose it. So they're struggling for a car that they couldn't afford in the first place. Near. Just don't exist. Man, I love sharing it with you guys. I do, man. This is my passion. For those of you that don't know, I was a computer engineer for the last 20 years of my life. All right. And the best way I can tell you this, once I became financially free, I felt like I was in a job that wasn't very satisfying, and it seemed very selfish to me. That's the best way I can describe. It seemed like I wasn't doing nothing for people or something. I didn't know. I didn't know. It was just a feeling. And then once I started seeing more and more of this financial gain, and once I started seeing more of people just like not understanding what I'm saying, I knew it was clicking. I would be like, hey, if you keep financing that phone, you're going to be upside down, and they were like, what are you talking about? I can afford the phone. So that means I can afford the payments. It's like, wait a minute. You didn't hear what I just said, did you? They were like, what? Then I knew I was onto something. I knew it. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. And so crazy. Hey, check it out. BK from the Rockies, Nick. I'm just using math. The math we learned in grade school. You see how you say you use words like, hey, he's pretty sharp on his content. And I'm not, now don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking what you guys are saying about me, okay? I'm not knocking that. What I'm saying is that I'm just using basic math. It pisses me off because I've been in the 6 digits for years, okay? And that's not even bragging. I'm not bragging that I was been in the 6 digits because I was making 160, still living paycheck to paycheck. And this is way more satisfying than my computer job will ever be. I made my computer engineer title me, if that makes sense. I used to love going around telling people, yeah, I'm a computer engineer, no, though I was in my eyeballs in debt. That didn't make no sense. So when people tell me their titles now, this is the lovely gift. This is the gift is that when people tell, hey, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I'm a business owner, I'm a this and that, people in the debt matrix are automatically mesmerized by it because of the money that's made in those positions that are normally made in those positions. But they don't realize it doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter. DTN Professional Window Cleaning. Welcome, buddy. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, I've been having a microphone for quite a while, but I was keeping it to the side. If you look at my past couple of videos, you'll see the top of it, but I had it too far away. So I'm gonna just bring it up so it can sound much better now. I'm trying to get more professional, trying to make sure I deliver that message properly to you guys. Want you guys to hear all my words. The mic okay? I'm not too low? Is it perfect? I never stood the phone financing. Buy the phone outright. That way I'm not locked into the country. And you know what, Nick? I buy my phones outright, but I buy them refurbished off of Amazon with all the same guarantees. I wait for about a year after the latest model comes out or whatever, if I want it. If I want it. Like right now, I'm a Note guy, a Samsung Note guy. The Note 10 just came out. I'll wait a year or two and I might buy it refurbished online. That's it, for half the price. So when they take all the phones back in, because you notice, they check this out. Okay, this is a good one, so you guys can see. You notice how the phone companies always get the people that are financing phones to turn in their old phones so they can get credit towards the new phones. You notice how they do that? To keep them in that loop. It keeps them there. It keeps them in that loop. So they take all those phones, put them on Amazon, sell them wherever they're going to sell them, and sell them as refurbished, sell them for the original price that they probably bought them for to people like us that know, period. Clear way. It's another very clear way of looking at things. It is refreshing, man. And check it out, BK. It happens every day for me. Every day I learn something new about money that I didn't see before. Okay, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Back in the dial-up days, I ran a company called TX Connect, maintaining servers and converting them over Hot Swap and Firewire. Okay, I know that. All right. Wow. So broke phones on eBay for parts, and they would sell for half the price of the. You know what? That's what I do. I just buy them. Like, for example, my Amazon. I have an Amazon Prime account. I buy that by the year. Now, to the average person, it just looks like, oh, that's just like a $2-3 difference. No, it's more than that. I don't buy anything by the month. My monthly mentality, check it out. The majority of the people in the debt matrix, the collective, just like on the Star Trek, the board, they're the collective. I promise you, they're the collective plugged in. Boop, and they download all the programs that come off of TV and the social media, right? I used to think everything by the month, everything I paid by the month. I've deprogrammed myself. I buy everything by the year now. Anything that's possible by the year. Hey, if I go sign a lease for a new apartment, guess what? I walk up and say, hey, you have a yearly lease here? Yeah. What if I pay you 10 months right now? Will you give me 2 months for free? Nobody will turn me down ever. You better believe it. Now I've saved, say like the monthly rent was $1,000 a month. I just saved myself $2,000 for the year because I paid up front 10 months. See how that works? Lovely, baby. It's lovely out here. Life is not expensive. Resistance is futile. Exactly. Unless you understand. That's what they tell you. Hey, check it out, Nick. This is a resistance is futile moment. When they tell the people in the debt matrix, hey, if you close that credit card, your credit score is going to go down. So never close your credit card, ever. Leave it open. That's one of those resistance is futile. It scares them. It scares the people in the debt matrix and say, oh, no, man, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to pay it off. They said it's a bad idea to pay the whole balance. They always say leave a small balance because the credit score. Resistance is futile if you believe it. It fools them. Her coworker says she's buying iPhone 11 this month, but she says she's waiting to get paid. Oh my God, I already see where that's going, Ulysses. She's waiting to get paid tomorrow because B&B, she getting tired of being broke. So I suggest she finance the phone. Oh my God. She want to go get she wants to finance new phones, I'm assuming. But she got to wait till if she got to wait till she get paid, right there she'll tell you she don't even have the money for the phones, period. Whether she was buying them outright or financing them. But if she don't have the money to finance them, she really don't have the money. But listen, DTN, Ulysses, she doesn't know what she's saying. See what I'm saying? You're looking at her like the Twilight Zone, right? But she doesn't know what she's saying because the majority in the debt matrix, the board, the collective, they all speak the same language. I'm not an Apple person. Me neither. Apple's eating. Hey, check it out. Hey, Beauty Jock. Hello. Good evening. Hey, Nick, check it out. I heard on the news today that Apple announced that they said the people with older iPhones must update their phones to the latest iOS or else they're going to have problems. Right? Now, That's going to scare a lot of the Apple users. But you know, this is what I heard. Because years ago, I used to be on Apple, years ago, 5, 6 years ago, right? I remember every time I upgraded my iOS, my phone got slower and slower and slower. And guess what it caused me to do? Go get a newer iPhone. So their sales must be going down. I mean, not to the average person, you probably can't see it, but to at their level, their sales must be not going down. Their sales must be going down on their phone. So they came up with this idea. I don't know if this is fact. This is just what I see. Okay. To scare the users into upgrading to iOS. As soon as they upgrade it, they're going to be like, oh, my phone's slow. And then they're going to naturally start saying, it's slow, it's getting old, it's time to upgrade. And then the carriers are going to be right there to say, hey, guess what? It's time for you to upgrade, get a free upgrade. They use the word free like it's really free when all the person has to do is realize, hey, wait a minute, if everything was free and you gave away everything for free, you'd not be in business very long. So it's not really free. They're going to scare these people into upgrading their phones. And guess what? Profits are going to go up to the roof. That's what I see. Brilliant. Brilliant. It's brilliant. Brilliant. She don't know. She's in her 40s. Oh, you see what I'm saying? Ulysses, you see what I'm saying? She's in her 40s. So age doesn't matter. Here you are, not even 30. You hear something, and she's been on earth 10 years longer than you, 12 years longer than you, and she still don't know. Age doesn't matter. Hey, I'm on the Android team. I got my Note 8. I'm happy with it. Right here, baby. It works just fine. Just fine. Perfect. Perfect. Nothing is free. Nothing. I'm team Android. Yeah, I'm not a Linux guy, though. I don't like you guys' commands. Everything's backwards. Everything doesn't look like DOS. You need to change your switch to the right way. It's always the wrong way. Fix your switch, man. Fix your switch. No, I only, check it out, Nick. I only had to mess with Linux because I was a VMware guy, right? So I had to mess with VMware's version of Linux every now and then when the GUI wasn't working right. The Linux commands just made stuff happen when I needed to happen. I used it when I had to, but other than that, I don't really touch. I wasn't a Linux type of dude. But anyway, man, thank you for following. Free 30-minute consultation. Don't forget to like this video. I had to learn Linux at TK. Oh, okay. All right. Don't forget to like this video. Free 30-minute consultation. If you're ready, just send the date, the time, and your phone number when you would like to set up that the scheduled meeting for the 30-minute consultation so we can get straight into it and a brief overview of your financial situation so we can get straight into it. Helps me a lot. If you're out there and you just need an hour consultation, you need something very specific that you just want me to answer. What should I do? This is my personal financial situation. Linnell, tell me what I should do. I got rates on that. You might not want me to get deep into your personal finance business to help you. Financial freedom is not your goal right now. Maybe there's something specific that you want answered. I'm here for that too. Check it out. I will always have an answer for you. I promise, mathematically. You might not like it, but you'll see that it makes mathematical sense. I gotta get out of here. Hey, get on the covert plantation. I'm not gonna be on that long. I'm already on here an hour. I just tested out this time just to kind of get a feel for it. It's almost 1 a.m. I just want to see where I'm at. And you guys still jumped in. I still got some people up here late at night. I don't know if you guys are all East Coast. Wonder why you guys are up almost at 1 o'clock listening to my live session. I saw a beauty jock jump in here. You up at almost 1 too, unless you're on the West Coast. Okay, gotcha. West Coast here. Time works great. Exact. Jersey. So you on my time. It's almost 1 for you, beauty jock. Georgia. That's right. Hey, I know I got somebody else in Georgia too, Ulysses. I'm text waiting my last. Oh, okay, gotcha. So you're an hour behind me. So it's going on 12 for you, Nick, right? Anyway, I hope you guys are learning a lot of things, man. I hope I'm getting my message across. NYC, yeah, you're on the same time here, HM. You're on the same time, 1 o'clock. Up at watching my videos at 1 a.m. My girlfriend's upstairs. She's mad. She's like, what are you doing? Why are you making it at this time? Get out my business. Don't you worry about it. No, I say that while I'm downstairs like that. I'm bigger and badder when I'm downstairs and she's upstairs. Anyway, I'm just trying out different times just to see how it works. But thank you for everyone. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you for following me. If you guys find other financial people on here that would like me as a guest, please let me know. Or if you guys find other financial channels that they're speaking from a debt perspective, send me the link. I would love to go over there and just listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not going to disrupt their business and say, hey, you're wrong. You're not right. You're going to kick you out. You're going to get exactly. Right now, I would go in debt if she kicked me out. And I would have to go rent a whole year. And that's out. Yeah, whatever. That ain't going to happen. Bigger money, bigger pockets, money podcast. You saying SR? You saying podcasts are big money? Do you tell me something, SR? Do you think podcasts are bigger than YouTube videos? You think it's that's the name of it. Okay, I'm sorry. Bigger pockets, money. Okay, I'll look that up. Bigger pockets. Let me write that down just a second because I sure will forget. Bigger pockets, money podcast. Bigger pockets, money podcast. Okay. So do you guys think that podcasts, or is that a whole different platform? You think YouTube is bigger than podcasts, or you think podcasts are bigger than YouTube? You know what? Ulysses, I'm still trying to understand it. That's the finance channel. That's a popular finance channel. Okay. On podcast, you're talking about BK? Oh, gotcha. You're right. Listen or watch. Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys, I don't know if people necessarily want to watch me, but you know what? Check it out. I'm a very expressive person. I've always been a person, like, if I'm at work, I want to do the things up on the stage to present a project or something. I was always happy to be in front of people. I personally like people seeing me, okay? Because I believe I have always a good personality. I've always had the ability. People have always been drawn to me for some reason. Even since I was a young child, people have always been drawn to me. I used to always wonder that. Why are people always drawn to me? I don't get it, because I'm not really like that with other people. I don't see somebody walk in a room and say, okay, for example, say like this. Okay, 5 years ago, those of you that follow football, I made a commercial with, and I'm gonna put the link in here so you guys can watch it. 1 second, let me do this real quick here, so you guys don't think I'm full of crap. All right, 1 second here. 1 second. 1 second here. Just looking up I can't see you guys if you guys are typing. I'm getting this video, getting this link here. 1 second. Sorry. Videos, it's moving really slow, maybe because I'm on live. 1 second. All right. Shareable link. All right. So a few years ago, thank you, Beauty Jock. It is sincere, and I do want to make sure. Thank you, Beauty Jock. It is sincere, and I do want to make sure that it comes across like that. True. You're right, Nick. I'm like that. Because people can download the content and then listen to the content. Yeah, that's true. So check this out. I've never been a fame, like if I see a famous person, like, ooh, look at that famous person, I want to know that. I've never been like that, right? So 5 years ago, I did a commercial with Russell Wilson. He is the quarterback for the Seahawks. Okay. And I remember now, people that follow me on Facebook, they know I'm not a sports person. So I don't really follow people or think it's a big deal. And once they found out I did a commercial with Russell Wilson, they was like, oh my God, you're not even a sports fan. How would you even do that? I was like, they were like, did you talk to him and all this stuff? I was like, yeah, he was on the set. Of course I talked to him. I said, hey, how you doing? You know, then we talked, he showed, he had a video. No, I remember when we was making one part of the commercial, his wife called, his current wife, she called on the phone. I was like, where's she at? Oh, she's in London doing a shoot. It was just the weirdest thing just to be talking to him about that, but he was cool. He was cool as a fan. And I did that about 5 years ago. But the people thought, doing that commercial, people thought I got paid the same amount of money Russell Wilson got paid because I was in a commercial with him. So they thought you probably paid off your debt from that commercial. No, I didn't get paid like that. It wasn't working like that. It wasn't even close to like that. Thank you. Hey man, hey, check it out, Ulysses. We were there. I was there 15. I actually did three commercials that day. We were there like 15, 16 hours in one day. That was a long day. And that commercial you see me in that I gave you right there, that was the last one of the three. Because this was the first time I ever did a commercial, right? So the first two, I didn't really know how I did it, where I was supposed to sit, how I was supposed to look. By the time I got to that third commercial, I made up in my mind. I was like, okay, I'm going to be seen. I've been here too long not to be seen. And I did what it takes, and bam, I did it. It was fun. Good experience. Good experience. Going to get some drums now. Yeah, right. That was fun. That was fun, man. That's back when I worked for Alaska Airlines. And check it out. And what I was saying earlier, how people are naturally drawn to me, I didn't even know they were looking for people for that commercial. Other coworkers called me up, emailed me and said, hey, Linnell, they're looking for somebody to do the commercial with Russell Wilson. You'd be a perfect fit for it, right? And I was like, okay, cool. I'll try it, whatever. Tried it out and got it. And then next thing you know, I'm there. No, it was a pretty fun experience. But I think that's why I love video so much. And I want you guys to see my personality. I want you guys to, because when it comes to your money, you got to trust a person to get into your personal finances. You really have to trust a person. So if I show you guys enough, you guys see me repeatedly doing videos and videos over and over again and seeing the same person, you know I'm this person that I'm showing you guys. This is not an act. I'm not out here just trying to get your money and rip you off and take your money for this and that. No, I'm trying to help you feel this freedom. This is why I do this. This is why I know my channel is going to blow up. I know this is for a fact. All it's going to take is the right person to see my channel. I know it. I know I'm different than most because I make it so simple. Anybody can understand it. Anybody. It's just simple math, period. So you guys take the time, check out that video. The video's in the link there. I've just put the link in the chat. Check it out. See me do my drum skills. Again, that was back in 2015. That's going on 5 years, man. I can't believe it's almost 5 years. But anyway, please don't forget to like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the reminder button, free 30-minute consultations, DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Send me the date, time, and your phone number and a brief overview of your financial situation so we can go straight into it. Thank you, Nick. I hope I did a good. Did I really look like I was irritated, right? Did I hit it? I really look like he irritated me, right? That was fun. That was fun. That was fun. You know what's so funny? What I thought about just before I did that, I pictured in my mind, I said, how would I act? How would I act if I was dead asleep? This is what I thought. This is what made me make that face. How would I act if I was dead asleep and somebody came in my room and started beating some drums? How would I respond? And that's what I came up with. Was the drummer a real pilot? What drummer? Which drummer? There was a whole bunch of drummers in there, Nick. Me? Which one? There were real pilots, and those are real Alaska employees that you guys see on the drums. Those are all real employees. And there's a oh, check it out. There's a young black dude in the back. He was a pilot, and he was real young. It shocked me. He shocked me. Oh yeah, no, he was a veteran pilot. He was a veteran pilot. He's retired now. He's a veteran pilot. Him and Russell Wilson made quite a few commercials together. That's why it looked like that commercial. It was mainly supposed to be about Russell and the guy in the back and the drumming, right? But since I did that acting job, you notice it was like all three of us now, because they started me out. They got me in the beginning as it started, and then in a little bit with somebody else, because you could tell they're building up the audience to see my reaction to the drum set, and then flash off to Russell Wilson. So it was cool, man. It was fun. It was a good experience, right? It was a good experience. They were like, "Oh my God, you got to meet Russell Wilson in person." I was like, "Yeah." But now I realize, especially the big football fans, that's something that they will likely never, ever meet him, especially make a commercial with him. Not just to meet him to sign autographs. I made a commercial with him, right? And sat down and talked to him like it was nothing, right? So I get it now. So I respect it. All right, you guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. This late night, it might be too late. I'm gonna push it back a little bit earlier. This was just a test. I just wanted to see how many of you guys would jump on. I do appreciate you guys jumping on, though. Much appreciated. You guys have a wonderful night. Night owls, beauty jock, all you East Coast time people, get some sleep. You West Coast people, you guys probably thinking about going to sleep right about now. All right, you guys have a wonderful evening. Much appreciated. Share my channel. Share to people who's ready to listen. Let them know I'll change their life forever with grade school math. All right. Peace. All right. Have a good one. Later.